Hello and welcome, it's me Martin and welcome to a new video. It's been a while. Apologies and thank you for joining today. Anyway, I've got a book that I'm going to be sharing with you, and this one is Become an Online English Teacher here. This one was sent to me by Pavilion ELT, probably you can see it up there, and it's written by Nester Kiourtzidis. I'm not sure. Nester Kiourtzidis. You can see the authors there. Apologies if I've mispronounced your surname. It's a bit difficult for me to pronounce, so apologies there. But this book has been really interesting. I've spent a few weeks going through it, and essentially it's how to become a successful online English teacher, how to offer professional services to students around the world, wherever they're based, and all you need essentially is a computer like this one here and strong internet connection, headphones and a webcam, and you're set to go, really. Anyway, I'm going to be reviewing this book. I'd like you to let me know in the comments what you think of the review and whether I should be reviewing further books or if there's any books that you'd recommend that I review in the future. So please let me know in the comments. So this book here, it's broken down into 7 essential chapters which guide the reader through the initial steps and what to consider. And if you follow the book here, you'll be able to set up your own platform, an online English service for students wherever they're based. Okay, so the first chapter in this book is Tools of the Trade and what sort of tools are required to become an online English teacher. There's various applications which are recommended, such as Skype or Google Hangouts, which is good. But one thing that's not included within this chapter is Zoom, and obviously Zoom seems to be the one that everybody's gravitating towards at the moment when it comes down to the emergency online tutoring service that private language schools and higher educational institutes are trying to implement. So Zoom is one which is not included in this book, but there's a variety of sources online and other videos which look at Zoom, and it's constantly evolving. There's constant updates, and now you can have all sorts of backdrops and filters for your face, and it's getting better and better with Zoom. The other application, as I mentioned, was Skype, and Skype is quite successful with regards to online tutoring because you can share PowerPoints, you can share screens, you can use a variety of other tools as well. So first chapter really helps guide the reader into what's accepted or what's acceptable for online tutoring. There's also a brief element or a brief review on laptops or desktops for professional English online tutoring services, and it's recommended in the book for particular reasons not to use the like of your phone or the like of a tablet like an iPad with regards to online tutoring, because if you're going to be doing this with your phone all the time, you're going to be shaking about, and it's always good to have some sort of desktop or laptop here where it's fixed on a desk. Okay, so that's the first chapter. So the second chapter is about finding and securing students as an online professional service that you would like to offer. It really looks at how to effectively incorporate tactics to secure students, and what sort of things could be incorporated for finding students online. There's some various ideas which are recommended within the second chapter, such as joining an online teacher marketplace, or contributing to social media posts or groups, or creating your own YouTube videos for English students. There's a couple of ideas. There's a total of 6 ideas with regards to marketing or securing students that want to learn English remotely, and the ideas are very achievable and things that a reader can incorporate straight away from the book. One thing that I really like about the second chapter is it considers the advantages as well as the disadvantages for each marketing step or securing students. So for example, creating YouTube videos for English language learners, it can be quite a task, and it requires a lot of effort to edit and create videos and scripts for English language learners. But the advantage is you start to reap the rewards after going through that long, arduous process of creating the videos, and once you're recognized, you can become quite successful. The third chapter within this book is building a blog or a web presence as an online remote English teacher. And there's a variety of services which are recommended, either free blogs or websites or paid for blogs or websites. And one is, the likes of WordPress, which are very good, or Blogger, but there's also a variety of other paid services, and all these are looked into. They're all critically analysed, so you're looking at either the advantages and the disadvantages of each of the services which are offered when you want to create your own blog and web presence for students. Finally, with regards to this, there's a lot of links and further information that the reader can access within the third chapter as well. The fourth chapter builds on from chapter 3, so once you've created your blog or your website or your presence online, it looks at how to promote that blog or website. So there's a lot of ideas within chapter 4 about promoting your own blog. There's a lot of information about SEO and search criterias and titles and all sorts of technical information, which is a bit beyond me, and it's nice to see quite a variety of ideas, as well as the pros and cons and that sort of thing, but also additional ideas and additional links that you can have a look at after you've read chapter 4 about promoting your own blog. Chapter 5 is about establishing the workflow and the process that you need to enrolling students onto a particular course. One thing which is recommended in chapter 5 are the use of trial lessons, which is quite interesting, and also how to assess and place students based on their level of English, and it is quite an interesting idea. You can also have a look at some lesson ideas which are recommended, whether it's for general English or business English or exam preparation. So it's nice to see a variety of ideas, whatever the context is with regards to the English service that you want to provide, and also suggested lesson steps and topics to include within a particular trial lesson. One thing that I really like about chapter 5 are the use of terms and conditions which are necessary. If you're an online English teacher, you need to be as transparent as possible to online students and the sort of service that they're signing up for. And I like the fact that there's a formatted terms and conditions which you can essentially put into your blog or website or whatever web space or presence that you have. Now, the 6th chapter is all about, the biggest part of it is about getting paid. Yeah, the advantage of online teaching is that you're your own boss, but that responsibility means that you have to chase up for payment or ensure that you're paid before the actual start of the course. So it looks at ways in chapter 6 on processes and procedures to get paid. And essentially what you're doing as an online teacher is you're replicating what is in the classroom, which is accessible to students wherever they're based, but you still need to get paid. And a lot of students, if they go to a private language school, if they go to a higher educational institute, they have to pay before the course starts. And what's recommended in chapter 6 is a sort of credit system. So students pay for 60 hours of lessons, which can be used within a certain amount of time. And this is really, really important. It gives flexibility to students on when they want to book a lesson, but also it gives flexibility for the teacher to schedule lessons according to when they're free as well. So it's a nice area to look at, very, very important for online English teachers. And there's a variety of payment suggestions within Chapter 6, such as PayPal or direct bank transfer, and there's some other, online services. The thing about PayPal is that you can issue invoices through PayPal and students can pay directly with PayPal. But the disadvantage to PayPal is it takes a cut. There's a sort of charging system. So whatever students pay, PayPal take 1.5% or whatever it is from that total amount. So there's certain advantages and disadvantages highlighted within the book as well with regards to PayPal's charging system or the use of their services, because hey, they're a business as well and they need to get paid. Right, now this leaves us to the final chapter within this book here. Within the final chapter, which looks at ideas and resources, there's a variety of suggested lessons that can be incorporated into online classes, with some suggestions on how to teach speaking, how to teach writing and reading and listening, which is quite good. There's also a further websites and recommended resources that the reader can look at, and then go and have a look at these third-party websites to get some inspiration and get some ideas going with regards to delivering and planning quality lessons for online students. There's also a final appendix added to this book, and that looks at how to use Skype or how to have more than one Skype profile with one application of Skype running. So you could have a personal account, but you could also have a business account, the account where you are going to be delivering lessons through. So that's quite useful. But as I mentioned, Zoom, which has probably become more popular now than before this book was published, Zoom offers the ability to schedule lessons in when it suits you, and there's no overlap between a personal Skype account and a business Zoom account. My overall opinion of this book, well, my opinion is it's actually quite a useful resource for those readers that want to become an online English teacher, when they want to become freelance and they want to work for themselves, and the sort of steps that you need to follow with regards to offering online language services. Obviously, it's become a lot more important now to be able to offer online lessons or synchronous live lessons, and it's an important step if you were employed by a language school locally, and there's no opportunity at the moment to provide lessons or be employed by a private language school wherever you are. So this is one avenue that you could discover, and this book really does help, and it's a really valuable book on the sort of tools and strategies that you need to incorporate when becoming an online English teacher. Obviously, the book was published before the whole pandemic that happened, so it's a useful book with current economic circumstances. The cost of the book is just less than £15, and I'll put a link in just below where you can purchase the book directly, and the link is through Amazon. I take a small percentage from that order, so if you want to order the book and you want to support the channel at the same time, definitely recommend that you order the book through Amazon, and every little helps, and thank you ever so much for supporting the channel so far. So there's a variety of other books which I'll also put in the comments below with regards to online teaching and certain aspects of online and remote learning. As ever, if you enjoyed this book review or this new video, please let me know. Hit that thumbs up, leave a question. If you've got a question about the book, then please comment below. I'll be happy to answer any comments that you may have or any questions that you may have. As ever, apologies again for the delay in this video and my previous video. I've been very busy at the moment with my own online teaching as well. So I've been teaching online for a higher educational institute, and my time is very limited. So apologies. Summer is the most important or most busiest period for a lot of language schools and language teachers, so apologies for any delays in getting a video out to you. Thank you ever so much. See you soon, take care, stay safe, and happy teaching. Bye bye.